Hello YouTube, I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney, and on this channel, we answer publicly posted questions from YouTube users, getting folks the answers they need from an employment attorney. Got a question here from YouTube user The Glass Hopper, who asks us if going into mediation with a former employer through the EEOC, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, and an offer is made, does the mediation process need to end in one day? Or if the employer says that's our final offer, is there a time limit on taking it? Okay, so great question. First and foremost, if you need more time, you can request additional time for mediation. You can request additional days of mediation. Be aware, the EEOC might ignore your request. It is actually the defendant, the respondent, the bad guys, and their counsel, who are not really necessarily bad men and women, who will potentially fine the mediator or pay the mediator for the additional days of mediation. They may want you to kick in. They might agree, they might not agree, but they certainly can agree, and they often will, right? If they're making you offers and you're like, hey, we're just not really there yet. We've been going 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours today. Can we do an additional day? Be forewarned, the first thing out of their mouth is, we'll stay. We'll stay longer. How late you need us to stay? We'll stay. What do we have to cover? I've been in 14-hour mediations. It happens. But you might say, hey, listen, mediator's got to go. I don't want to be here without the mediator. I'm not represented, so I feel a little, at a disadvantage if the mediator goes. Mediator's a federal employee, so, not going to stay late. And I need additional days. They can agree to additional days. Now, the second part of your question is whether they agree to additional days of mediation or not. If they make you an offer, whether they say it's the final offer or it's just any offer, they can make that offer with or without a time limit, right? In the course of mediation, they're probably not going to put a time limit on an offer, at least not in the day itself, right? But if you're leaving mediation, it is common, not overwhelmingly common, but it happens that, defense counsel might say, hey, this offer's open. You got 5 days, 10 days to think about it. We got to know, right? And you can ask them for more time. That is simply their whim. That's their internal requirement. They're setting that on you to apply some form of urgency and pressure in the negotiation, which they are allowed to do. You can ignore that. You could actually lose the offer. Not guaranteed you will, though, right? If you ignore their time limit and you later say, hey, remember when you wanted to offer me X amount of dollars? Call it $100,000. I don't know. Remember when you wanted to offer me $100,000, but you said I only had 5 days to think about it, and I took 8 days to think about it? I got the same case. I'm still in the EEOC. I can go on a federal litigation. That's going to cost you a lot of money. You wanted to pay me $100,000 for the first 5 days after the mediation. We're 3 days over. Do you really not want to pay me the $100,000 now? Rationally, generally speaking, they do. They will, right? Where that falls apart, that logic, is if you're in a mediation with, like a mediation in federal court. Often, federal court system has mandatory mediation, right? If they have to spend a bunch of money complying with court deadlines, big spend on discovery, big spend on the answer, motion to dismiss, whatever it is, they might take the money they were going to pay you at the mediation, make the offer time limited, and then say, okay, 10 days went by, we gotta take this money instead that we were going to pay you and kick it into litigation to pay for all the discovery vendor we're going to have to hire, because there's so much discovery to do here, whatever it is, right? Now, I'm not saying they will or won't do that. I'm just saying that crops up. It can be a little different than what goes on at the EEOC. So be aware of that. Anyways, I hope this helps, the Glass Hopper. I hope this answers your question. I wish you tremendous luck at your mediation. I hope you are made whole. I'm sorry that you have to go to mediation at all, because it means something horrible was done to you. But I will be cheering for you and If this was helpful, like, subscribe, comment down below, share our channel so it can grow. Sorry about the hat. My hair's a mess, and I don't really feel like combing it. But I want to get a video out today because this was a great question. So, put a hat on, film the video. Take care.